Hello, ladies, and welcome back to Peaches and Tea, where we talk about owning a waxing center, running a waxing center, and being part of a waxing center. We are joined by none other than Jessie Ruette
The best.
and the best,
Hmm.
and Angie.
The
Angie,
prettiest.
the prettiest. I can't.
Oh, starting off strong. Starting off
She
strong.
took you out. She took a shot. We're just going the natural route, man, and the natural route just may not be for everyone.
Yeah, 2024 is about this like clean girl aesthetic. So I took my lashes
Nah,
off, but like it's
clean
not for
girl is
me.
Clean girl aesthetics out. It's all about the mob wife aesthetic,
No.
supposedly. I can't. All right, so let's get into it. I know a lot of people ask us a lot of questions on what it's like running the Peach Bar. Will we ever open up another Peach Bar? How do we feel? Jesse's been in this for 6 strong years.
Just
How'd you
about.
la- how'd you last so long with me?
It's honestly funny because I was talking to Angie about that this morning, and I'm like, if you come to work on time and you don't call out, there's no reason really to leave. Like the job itself, like you work with a bunch of women, and like, yes, that can also like sometimes mean like a couple bad things, but you work with a lot of women, lots of common interests, clients. A lot of people come from social media, so they're like so excited to come in. Like it's a fun, friendly atmosphere. So when you just push aside all sometimes like the little negative bits that come with it, but that comes with any job, I really don't feel like it's worth it trying to find employment elsewhere. Like I'm happy at the Peach Bar, no matter how many bad days we might experience. There's always a highlight. So
Well, I think the Peach Bar, like kind of how Jesse said, like it's so friendly. Aside from the little negative things that there are, like it is like you show up to work, you do your job, and you go home. Like it's literally like that simple. And I like my job. I love this job. I love you guys. You guys make it run a lot smoother because you're always there helping me. Even if like I do something wrong, I'm like crap, like fuck. Like you guys don't punish me for it. I learn from it. And I feel like that's one of the benefits of working at the Peach Bar. You don't get punished, you learn.
I think there's a lot of misconception when it comes to us. I think listeners and people who follow us on social media, we live in a world where women like to tear women down and women do not like to build women up. And I feel like they're always looking for that little piece of gossip to then flip it and be like, you see, I told you the Peach Bar is this, this, and that. And it's not like that. Like, it truly takes a lot for me to fire someone, like, a lot. Like I
it
give people
does.
like it's past like 3 strikes and you're out. Like I be giving people like 10 strikes to the point, but I'm like, damn, bro, you're tying my hands. Now that customers are like, you gotta go, then that means you gotta go. But Jesse, what would you say was the worst day for you at the Peach Bar?
Ooh. Um.
Because you got several of them. Give one with an employee and one with a customer.
Okay. Customer. I would say probably 3 weeks ago. Angie was out on vacation and I was the only manager here. Erica was here for a week, but the other two I was rocking out by myself, which I don't mind. But it was just like a lot back to back. It was a holiday. This was yeah, a couple weeks ago. Holiday weekends. Everyone wants to get waxed for like Christmas Eve. New Year's is 5 days after, and like we had so many call outs of employees feeling sick, under the weather, and customers were just the furthest thing from understanding that it's really not the Peach Bar's fault. Like the company didn't intentionally do this to its customers. It was like the employee who could not physically also come to work, but like a lot of it gets thrown, of course, as management, and you kind of just have to deal with it, even though there was nothing you could have done. You couldn't have picked up the girl from her house and brought her to work. I had probably like three back-to-back nasty clients on the phone, and I think I like ran to the bathroom and called Erica, and I was like, I'm done. Like, wait till Angie gets back. I'm done. The way people were speaking and cursing at me, like it got to the point where I was so close to like breaking character. I feel like I'm always in character when I'm at the Peach Bar. Like, how is everything today? Like, you know what I mean? And I was like twitching, like literally twitching. I had people in front of me like, well, how are you going to accommodate me? And I was like, there's nothing to accommodate, like for that specific situation that I had. And I was just like frazzled. I went home, I was so devastated. But that's really it. Like there's always irate customers here and there. I've almost got my ass kicked like 3-4 years ago working here. Client had an appointment at 6:45, ended at 7. The salon closes at 7. Our waxers need to clean up. We got to be out of here 7:15. She didn't get here. I already called her. I told her, you missed your grace period, ma'am. Like it's 6:55. Your grace period was 7 minutes. We got to get this thing going. Canceled the appointment, and she still showed up. And so she's there at like 6:58, 8 maybe, and she's like, I want to be seen. I'm like, there's no one to see you here. Like, we're all wrapping up for the day. And she's like, well, I'll pay her extra to wax me. And I said, are you going to pay all my other staff members that have to stay extra so that we could be open so she can wax you? No, right? No. Of course, I didn't say it that nasty, but I said, we all have to be out of here by a certain time. We have timers, um, where we have to like lock up. And she was so angry, so angry. She DM'd the Peach Bar, not knowing that
Oh
hey,
my
I'm the social
God.
media coordinator. So you're literally DMing to complain about me to me. So I opened up the DM, and because she had walked downstairs and she was like, that girl working the front desk is so disrespectful. She denied me service. Did not deny you service, ma'am. You came in at 6:58 when your appointment started at 6:45. We close in 2 minutes. And she was pissed. She was like, this is the one who was upstairs. So we had locked the doors at that point, because when we used to clean up, we used to lock the door. And I told Erica what had happened, because this is when she used to work in Jersey. And I was like, all right, like, I'll see you later. I'm going to get going. And this girl was waiting outside. And I was like, oh, no. No. So
Jesse
I
walked
waited
right back up the stairs.
right back up the stairs, and I waited, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was waiting for the waxers, because at that time Erica would dismiss all front desk and she would close up with waxers. I was like, I'm gonna wait. So like another 15-20 minutes went by, and the client was still outside. So I had to get in Erica's car so that she could drop me off in the next parking lot to my car, because she was not happy, like, at all.
I have a question. What do you think
Yeah.
she was gonna do waiting there? Like,
She was about to throw hands,
what was
bro.
going through your head?
She looked like legit she was gonna throw hands, because then
Yeah.
she walked to the back. Like, didn't she walk to the back?
And was like walking by the cars and stuff. And so I was like, oh no. I don't know. People get really upset. Like, I understand, because our fees are 100% of the service. So like, if you don't get seen because you missed your appointment or you late cancel, we charge you 100%. Like, of course people are upset. I'm paying for something I never received. But like, when you look at it the business point of view, if we let 50 people slide a day, we'd make no money. This business would not be where it is, because we would not have the money to pay our employees. Like, that's why we have these fees in place, But I get it, and that was like her point. Like, you're charging me for something, like, that's not my fault. And I'm like, ma'am, it ain't my fault. Like, I sent you the policy text message yesterday. It says you have a 7-minute grace period. Past that, I will cancel and charge you. I sent it to you yesterday, so if you need to make any changes, you could do so free of charge. Now here comes the day of. I had already called you and notified you that you ran past your grace period, and now you came in. She was just not happy. She didn't like that I said we had to be out of there at a certain time.
Yeah, so she waited to see if Jesse was gonna come out of
Oh
there
my
by a
God.
certain time.
No,
I'd be
ma'am.
shitting bricks. I'd be so scared.
Dude, she snuck into my car. She snuck
Yeah.
into my car.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yes.
I remember that day clear as day too. It was a bright, sunny day.
Yeah. Real quick, I'll tell another story. Matter of fact,
Oh my God.
I'm working
You
the front
probably
desk.
have a lot.
I'm working the front desk, and we require all customers to book on their own profile. We don't like people booking for friends, family, cousin, aunt, uncle, whomever, because if we need to get in contact with that person because they're running late, they're waxed, or there's a change or something, we can't contact them directly, So we make everyone make their own profile. So I had reached out to someone who had booked 2 Brazilians, and I said, hey, I noticed you booked 2 Brazilians. Was this an error? Did you mean to book one, or are you bringing someone? And she was like, I'm bringing someone. I said, okay, that person would need to have their own profile, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, well, my appointment is like tomorrow. Like, I don't have time to give you her email card, whatever. This is like in the young, naive Jessie days, right? So I give everyone a chance. I'm like, I'll leave it then, no problem. When she comes in tomorrow, we'll make 2 separate accounts, one for you and one for your friend. So the next day comes, and I get a text message 3 hours before that appointment, and it says, I need to cancel. I go, hi, are you referring to your appointment for today? That's at 3:30. It was like 3 hours beforehand. And she was like, yes. I'm like, okay. Just as a reminder, we sent you our policies yesterday in a text and an email. We do have a same-day cancellation. I will have to charge you. And she was like, well, how much are you charging me? So I called her, because there's no point of texting back and forth. I'm at work, I'm going to provide you the best customer service. So I call her. I'm like, okay, so, you booked 2 Brazilians. The fee is $60. Being that you had booked under, your friend, under your account, you're responsible for both, whether you two want to figure out the transactions afterwards. That's up to you, but this is the card we have on file. This is the appointment it was
It's
stated
coming
under.
back to me.
This is what we're charging you. So she loses her mind. She's like, you're not charging me nothing. Don't you dare touch my appointment. I said, ma'am, you want me to cancel the appointment? In order for me to cancel it, I got to hit that same day cancellation charge. It's going to charge you $60. And she was like, "You're not charging me. What are you not understanding? This is absolutely insane. What is this?" I'm like, "I sent you a message yesterday through text message saying same day cancellations are 100% of the service if get the fee." I'm like, it's not a secret. We like to advertise it everywhere because we don't want this miscommunication with customers. We like transparency. We do have fees. This is what they are. And she was like, just going crazy. "You're not going to charge me nothing. Blah, 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 blah. What do you look like? I'm coming in. Don't touch my
Oh my
appointment. What do
god.
you look like?" I go, "I have blonde hair, brown eyes." I didn't know what to say, okay? I'm sitting at the front desk. I'm like, "I have blonde hair, brown eyes. I'm the only person working the desk because at that time we only had one receptionist working." And she was like, "All right, good, because I'm gonna be there at 3 o'clock, and like I'm gonna like kick your ass," whatever she said. Like we're gonna figure it out. Okay. I was like, "Oh my god." So then she's just still screaming though after she asked what I look like. So Erica's like creeping the corner, and Erica's like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm like, blonde hair, skinny, front desk. Like I'm explaining myself. So she comes over and she's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "This customer is really upset." And then so the customer had hung up. No, Erica, did you hang up?
You put her on hold because you were checking someone
I
in.
put her on hold. And so Erica, I was like, "Wait, don't pick up the phone." I didn't have a chance to fully explain everything. I'm like, "Don't pick up the phone." So Erica goes, "Thank you for calling the ex- excuse me, ma'am. Hold on." She was like, "I was not the person you were just speaking to, so what's going on?" This girl was ripping Erica, and Erica was like, "This is the owner you're speaking to." And then
No,
the
I
girl
didn't
started,
say who I was. I didn't say who
"Oh,
I was. So she started screaming even more. And I was like, "Ma'am, I'm not the person." "Well, y'all sound the same." And I said, "Well, we're not the same." And she kept going. And she kept screaming. I was like, "Ma'am, if we're not going to have a conversation, like, I'm just not going to entertain it." She kept screaming. So I said, "Boop," and hung up.
yes."
She calls right back. Jesse answers. "Well, who the fuck just hung up on me?"
Oh,
And
yes,
Jesse
yes,
goes,
yes.
"The owner." "Oh, so the owner wants to hang up on me." I was like, "Yeah, like, you're not gonna scream." Like, I understand, like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm very, very, like, understanding. And like, when certain things happen, we do waive the fee. We waive the fee, I want to say maybe 80% out of 100, we kind of do waive that fee for you. It's like a 80-20 that we actually do charge. um so when you're screaming and yelling, like, I'm a firm believer you're gonna get more bees with honey than you are with vinegar. So don't be like nasty and stuff like that. Like, understand, like, you book to a place, be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. We thought we had time. This, that, and third. Like, I won't be able to make it." Then naive Jesse would have been like, "Okay, no problem. I'll cancel it right now." But you
All
want
she
to
had texted me
scream?
was cancel and then called me, "What do you look like? I'm coming there to kick your ass." So I was like, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Like,
I
all
think
right.
that was like I think that was the funniest day of
Yeah.
the Peach
It's
Bar
not
for
the
me.
worst day, but like,
It
just
was
like,
funny.
one
I
of the
was
worst
laughing.
customer interactions, that was one of the worst.
What
No,
about
I
you,
think
Angie?
I think mine was maybe one of the worst.
Oh, the recent one
So the
that me and
recent
Jesse had
one,
a replay on camera.
yeah, literally like
Oh,
what
Yeah.
last week, 2 weeks ago,
Last
I
week.
literally last 2 weeks ago, a client comes, calls. She called me in the morning, and then because it was the day of like I don't even know, like a
the
storm or
snow.
something. No, it
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. It was like a storm or something. I don't remember. But she calls, and I'm like, okay, like we understand. Like if you want, like I could go ahead waive it. Like we understand circumstances, whatever. Like how you just said, we'll waive the fee. She was so nice to me. I was like, okay, perfect. I was like, you had that 7 minutes. Don't worry about it. Like you'll be fine if you make it within those 10 minutes because it was a fast and flawless facial. Was that too much information? I'm scared. What if she comes
She
No.
gonna
after
come
me?
after you.
She'll come after me. So she's like, okay, like I really want it for my mom. Like I want it for my mom. And I was like, oh my God, great gift. Like that's awesome. Whatever. Hangs up. Go on about my day. It was a great day. Everything was going by smooth, no problems. Like everything was just like so ideal. So then later on, I had to work downstairs for the rest of the day. So I go downstairs and then I see that her appointment was moved like 10 minutes. I was like, okay, she probably called upstairs, nothing crazy. So her appointment was from 4:30 to 4:40. So we gave her an extra 10 minutes. So then for like 4:43, 4:45 hits. I'm like, okay, let me give her a call. Give her a call, leave her a voicemail. Like, if you don't come within the appointment time, you can't be seen. Hangs up. So I guess she was driving. She didn't pick up. So she comes in her 10-minute grace period. 10-minute grace period. So it's 4, like 4. 50 at this time. So like I'm like, oh hey, whatever name. I was like, okay, you can have a seat. She'll be right with you. And I sprinted Kaylee. Like I'm like sprinting like this, so she doesn't hit the 51. So I give her the novel like here, like she's within her 10-minute grace period. Like, can you take her in? And then all I look back, nowhere to be found. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, damn, she's in the bathroom. So she comes out, and it was the mom that came out. The mom comes out, and then she goes, okay, I'm ready. And I was like, so unfortunately, this is what happened. And I break everything down. And then the mom's like, are you serious? Over the bathroom? And I'm like, oh my God. I was like so scared. So I was like, I'll explain it to your daughter, like, what happened. Like, you get your daughter to come, like, I'll explain everything. So the daughter comes in, and then so I explained everything, head to toe, everything. And then she goes, over the bathroom? She goes, are you fucking kidding? Starts screaming at me. And I was like, I've never dealt with this. Like, I've dealt with like a little, like people that like push, like, can you just squeeze me in, whatever, whatever. But nobody like screaming like that, like screaming to my face. And I'm like, just repeating everything back. And I'm like, so unfortunately, we gave you an extra 10 minutes. Then you missed it again by 10 minutes. I was like, I tried everything I could. And she was like, you're not trying hard enough. Like, I'm paying for my mom to come here. Like, this is so stupid. Like, whatever. Then I was like, I'll try to rebook you. Like, I won't even charge you for the full service, like anything. I was like, what else did I say? I was like, I won't charge you. I'll squeeze you in somewhere. Like, literally every possible thing. I was like, I just can't move you anywhere because we're closing and there's nobody here that could do it. Like, it was like when we closed, like, at like six
Like
or
six?
seven, 6 or 7 upstairs, and it was like an hour. And she was like, oh, like no, like what about upstairs, whatever. I'm like, upstairs is just waxing, they don't have the supplies, whatever. I was like, I'm trying to help you. And she goes, no, you're not. She goes, if you were wanted to help me, you would make me be seen right now, whatever. So I was like, okay. I was like, let me see what I could do, I go to Kaylee. I go to Kaylee and I'm like, okay, so this is the problem. So I'm like, whatever. I was like, can you just put like a mask on her? Like, I won't even charge her for the full thing just so she could like shut up. Just put a simple mask on her and call it a day. And she was like, all right, I could do that. So I'm like, all right, perfect. So I go back to the lady and I'm like, okay, so this is what I could do for you. I'm like, you won't have the full experience, but you'll get something for coming this way. Mind you, we really don't even do that. But
No.
whatever. I was like,
No.
this is just something we could do for you because I know you came this way. I know you want to be seen, whatever. And she goes, and you think I'm paying for a full service just for a mask that I could do at home? And I'm like, I never said you were going to pay the full service. I was like, I was going to charge you literally like 20-30 bucks just for that. And she was like, you're crazy. She goes, you know what? And then starts screaming at Kaylee, the waxer. And she goes, this is so stupid. You guys are not helpful. I want a full service done. I want this done. Mind you, there's a client in the waiting room
Mm-hmm.
seeing all this go down. And I'm like, waiting for her sister to finish getting waxed upstairs. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, this is such a bad look. But I was like, you know what? I'm doing great. Me and Kayla are doing great. So whatever. She goes, over the bathroom is crazy. She goes, this is unbelievable. I'm never coming back, whatever. And like the mom was like, honey, calm down. Like, it's fine. Like, we'll just leave. We'll take our business somewhere else. And I'm like, please, please.
Please.
so,
Please go.
so
Wait,
she,
Angie, you missed the best part.
no, this is after. This is after. I
Okay,
know what part
okay.
you're gonna say. So, so she leaves. So I text Erica. I'm like, "Hey, can you call me really quick?" So Erica's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Hey, so we might get like a nasty review on Google." And she goes, "Why? What happened?" I'm like, "Wait, hold on. I'm gonna put you on hold really quick." Put her on hold. She has a gift card, slams it on the desk, and she was like, she goes, "Give me a refund right now." And I'm like, hold on, I'm actually on the phone with the owner. Hey, Erica, can we get refunds on gift cards? Erica's like, no. Are you like dumb? Like, no. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Put her on hold. And I'm like, the owner said no. And she was like, you didn't even explain what happened. You didn't even tell her the full story of how you were so unhelpful. And then I was like, okay. I was like, let me know if I miss anything out. I'll explain it to her on hold. I put Erica, take Erica off of hold. And I'm like, hey, Erica, explain everything. Just like how I explained it. And then I'm like, so can she still get a refund? Erica's like, no, literally no. Like, we
Like,
can't find a way.
how do you give a refund on a gift card? Like,
Like, so I was like, all right, what? I was like, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, hey, so the owner said no, like, this is what happened. And then she goes, "You're stupid." She goes, "How is that a thing?" She was like, "That is not true." She was like, "I work at a bank and there's always a way to find a way to refund a gift card." And I'm like, "Trust me, I'm trying to help you." And then she goes, "I don't trust you though."
Dude.
She was like, "I don't trust you." And I'm like, "Then I don't know what to do. I'm sorry." And then she was like, "Okay, whatever," leaves, storms out. And mind you, so this was all going down while a client's in the waiting room. So then the
Yeah.
client just leaves without paying because this girl's screaming at me. I'm like, "Wait," leaves. So I'm like, "Oh, crap." Had to call back the client. I'm like, "Hey, like, you left without paying." She goes, "Oh my gosh." She goes, "I'm so sorry." I was like, "Girl, you see I'm going through so much right now. Like, why did you have to add to my stress?"
And then you walked out without paying.
I'm like, "You added to my stress."
Oh
So
my
I'm like,
goodness.
no, totally understandable. I just need you to pay real quick. And she was like, "Oh yeah, can you do it through the phone?" I was like, "Yeah." So she ended up paying. Thank God. She knew I was stressed. She knew I was stressed.
Dude,
So
but
then,
like to me, like your appointment was at 4:30. We did you the favor, we moved you to 4:40, right? To still give you a full experience. You technically, you were late 23 minutes to your appointment. Who in the right mind is gonna
Wait,
be
but
like, yeah,
23 minutes late for an appointment that's only 30 minutes
30
long.
minutes
oh my God,
long?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was it. There was physically nothing we could do in that time, and there was nothing to accommodate because we were ready for her. We moved her down for a later time.
It's crazy because people be like, oh, but you're gonna see me. No, because what happens to the customers that were on time?
Oh, and that's what she said too. Because I was like, "Oh, but she has another client like right after," and she was like, "So is her money more? Like, am I paying more or is she paying more?" I was like, technically that's none of your business, but I was like, it wouldn't matter. I was like, it wouldn't matter if she's paying less or if she's paying more. She booked this appointment, and then she was like, "Oh." So she was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, "You can't call or anything like that." I'm like, "Girl, what?" I'm like, "What?" So I was just
Dude,
so annoyed.
the entitlement of these customers are crazy. I think I had a customer over here. Now I never complain about Tampa because Tampa, we complain about Jersey all the time. Like any of my Tampa people, they already know you guys by name. They'd be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
what Jessie do today? She stand up? She ain't stand up. Like what are
Yeah.
we doing?" Um, but I had a customer. She came in. Her appointment was at 10:30. She showed up at 9:17 in the morning. And the way my thing is, you have to buzz in, but I guess someone let her in, so she came in, and she like opens my door. She didn't knock; she just opened my door. So I'm like, "Yo, what the hell?" I'm like, "Oh, can I have your name?" She told me her name. I'm like, "Your appointment's at 10:30, but I'm here now." I said, "Okay, but your appointment's at 10:30. I have someone right now 9:15. She's just 2 minutes, but I'm here and she's not. So you're gonna take me now." I said, "No, I'm not." She was like, "Yes, you are. I'm here. She's not." I said, "But she's on her way. But you're going to take me." I said, "You're an hour and 15 minutes early, but I'm here. You're going to take me." I said, "No, you're going to sit down and watch me wax her. You could do that, but I'm not going to touch you." She was like, "Fine, cancel my appointment. I can't believe the audacity of you." I was like, "Okay." I said, look forward to that non-refundable fee." "What fee?" I said, "For canceling your appointment last minute." When I tell you homegirl slammed my door, she slammed it. I was like, people came out their suites like, "You all right, Erica?" I was like, "I guess." I was like,
Yeah.
"That's some audacity, kid, to be like, you're gonna take me? I ain't gonna take you."
Like it's just hard to explain.
Yeah, like to me, I think if you spend $8 or you spend $100 at the Peach Bar, we look at you the same. Like you're still a customer, no matter
Right.
the
Like
difference.
sometimes I want to ask them, do you like to go to work and not get paid for your time? Because that's what happens when you want to fight with me about these fees and not pay them. Like that's what funds, you know what I mean? Like think about it. We go through about 20 cancellations a day. If we were just waiving fees left and right, it would be even more than that. Like, would you want to go to work and not get paid for your time there?
No,
No. Why do you think? Why do you like? That's why these policies. Because we're not the only salon. Are you kidding me? Hair salons have this fee. Nail salons, even your doctor's appointment. My primary has a thing right on the front. You miss an appointment, you pay a $30 non-refundable fee for their time. That's just how the world works now.
it's
I know. I
unbelievable,
hate
bro.
breaking relationships with clients. I think that's worse than like an actual breakup with a boyfriend.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't know.
It depends like on like what the means are.